episode, we are visiting Punderson Manor, a cozy English Tudor-style manor complete with its beautiful architecture. The surrounding natural beauty makes its Ohio setting all the more charming and gives you plenty to do while you're here. At Punderson Manor, you'll have a 150-acre glacial lake in your backyard, miles of beautiful trails, and nothing but time to explore it all. Amenities include an indoor and outdoor pool, a scenic lake for swimming, boating, fishing, boardwalking hiking trails, sports courses, courts and ranges, and musical performances, all with historic manor house charm.
I am chatting with Kate Patterson from Punderson. She's the general manager here. How are you, Kate?
I'm good, thank you.
Yes, we're so glad to be able to chat with you. What a beautiful space. We're sitting here in your library so people can come up and read a book and see the beautiful stained glass windows.
Yes.
I was really interested in hearing a little bit about the history of Punderson. Can you share with us?
Sure. So Lemuel Punderson settled here back in the 1800s. And he had a cabin and whatnot. You know, he didn't have the manor.
Didn't have the manor at that point, yeah.
No, and then the Cleveland family took it over, and the Copperidges, they kind of had the property together and started to build the manor, but lost it in the Depression. So no one ever lived in the manor.
Oh, wow. How interesting.
It is. It's kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah.
But,
fun fact.
Yeah, exactly. And then in the 50s, the state took it over and made it the hotel. It was just the one side, the original side, which we have 7 rooms on the original side. They're all one bed, so they're kind of bed and breakfast, you know, couples.
Yeah, a little bit smaller.
They're either a king or a queen. And then the other side is the standard side, so you have standard rooms. There's
And when was that added?
That was in the 70s.
Okay.
And our indoor pool was added at that same time.
Wonderful. And you said you added 24 more rooms?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. And they're a standard hotel room.
Nice size. And then outside, we actually have cabins now as well.
Yes. There's 26 cabins, and those are real popular with families. Some sleep 5, some sleep 6, and they're all out in a nice area. So we get a lot of family reunions that like to book and be all together. So
yeah, and I was actually sharing with you earlier that the only other time I've been here was for my brother-in-law's wedding.
That's right.
And they booked like everything as well. They had all kinds of people coming in. They had a lot of the cabins booked, and it was such a beautiful, beautiful space. And
thank you.
Wonderful place to have a wedding or a family reunion or any kind of event that you would want to hold. So
yeah, thank you. Yeah, we definitely have a lot of nature here, and clearly, and that's what sets us apart from, you know, any old hotel.
Exactly.
And
so if you want to have a really nice event with a nature backdrop, this is really a wonderful place to have it, or to just come with your family.
Yes.
Rent a cabin. I've been able to stay in a cabin with my family, and I just love how you walk outside, and, you know, I live in the city, and it's usually so loud, right? And I like the hustle and bustle of the city, but everyone needs a break from it. And so you can come here, take a break, relax, enjoy.
Yeah.
And especially coming up, summer is coming, and it's your busy season, and you've got all kinds of fun things. So share with me what's going to be happening this summer.
Yes. So we are gearing up for summer. The outdoor pool opens Memorial Day weekend. So we have an indoor and outdoor at that
It's a
point.
nice big pool. I was walking by that, and it looks like it's a nice big pool. So that's
it
fun.
is. And we also allow outside guests during the week. You come and pay a fee, and you can come swim. But then the weekend we leave just for our guests in-house.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's very nice. You know, out on the lake, they rent kayaks over at the campground. So
you can rent a kayak, or you can actually bring your own, correct?
Yes. Yep. There's a launch pad where you can launch from. And, you know, we have outdoor fire pits you can rent. We have pickleball up at the front of the park.
Oh, so fun.
And that's also where our disc golf course. Sorry.
Yes. Do you have to bring your own disc? Can you rent discs? How does that work?
You can do both.
Okay, great.
Lots of people have their own sets, but we have several at the front desk that people can
If it's something
check
you
out.
want to try and you don't do it regularly, which would be, like myself, I don't disc golf regularly, but it sounds like something fun that you could try with your family. So.
Yes, it is very fun.
Awesome. Well, I'm really looking forward to just seeing all of the fun things this summer, and I know that people watching will too, and hopefully they'll come and stay with you guys sometime this summer. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I am here today with author Brandy Gleason. She runs a really huge, amazing Facebook page, Ohio Road Trips, and also Gleason Family Adventures. You write a blog under that. You're just all over the place these days, Brandy.
I know. Busy girl.
You are. And we're here at Punderson State Park Lodge and Cabins. And this is such a beautiful place. Only about 1 hour away from Akron.
Right.
For our Good Morning Akron listeners. And I want you to just talk about the fun that you can have at Punderson in every season. But we're going to start off because it is spring right now. What can you do here at Punderson in the spring?
So just for the quick, today, while I'm here, I'm going on a bird watch and a hike. It's at 2:00. So in the springtime, they have migratory birds that come through here. So it is a place where birders come. They have eagles, and there's a naturalist that comes and does all the programs. And I love to lean into the fact that these programs are free.
Yes.
So
I think that's so amazing. And I know they have those at a lot of the Ohio State parks where you can see what their naturalist is offering, and you can go to these free programs, and they have programs about the different lakes that are around and the hiking. And so it's so much fun to see what they have. And of course, to get it for free is so great. So I love the boardwalk. I've been just looking out at the lake. I'm staying in one of the cabins, and the boardwalk is so beautiful down the lake. Share a little bit about that.
So that is actually a very easy walk. Your kids can go. Anybody can really make that walk. Now, there are some steps down from the lodge to that boardwalk that are a little bit more difficult. So maybe going in down by the cabins is the best place to go in. But you can actually fish from the boardwalk, not just walk it. You can spend some time there casting a line in and trying to catch a fish.
So fun. All right. What about the hiking here?
So they have 14 miles of hiking here. It is actually one of the pretty unique. When I was here in the winter one time, we went for a hike, and there were ice tubulars. And so every time we would hike down into the step, it would just crunch. I actually had to stop and take some pictures and go home and research it. So there's a lot of great hiking in the summertime. It's beautiful. It's green. And then in the spring, that's a really great time to hike because there's no leaves on the trees. You can actually see the wildlife. They have deer here, turkeys, eagles, all kinds of things that you can see.
Well, and hiking is something, like you just mentioned, that you can do through all of the seasons, especially if you're equipped for it. Winter would be a little more challenging. You might need some of those extra tools, the stuff you can put on the bottom of your shoes to help you out with the ice.
Yes. Yeah.
But you can do that all 4 seasons. And then I love going back to the boardwalk a little bit. They were telling me a little bit about summer sunset boardwalks in the summer. Can you share about those?
So that's kind of something new here. And they have beautiful fire pits up on the hill, up by the lodge, looking down on the boardwalk as well. So not only can you just take the sunset in at the boardwalk, you can see it from the fire pits, which you can rent. So it's a private space for you and your family or your significant other to sit, have a fire, toast some s'mores, and watch the sun go down.
Very romantic.
We didn't get that last night.
Date night. Very romantic for a date night. I love that. Or with your family, just like a fun thing where you can. I love making s'mores with my kids.
Me too. I don't like cleaning up the s'mores from kids, but
me neither. So always do them outside. I always do them outside. What about? We have a beach here.
They do.
Exciting.
So in the summertime, from Memorial Day to Labor Day is our summer fun here in Ohio. So the beaches are groomed. They have just spaces for you to be able to spread out all your fun stuff. The kids can dig in the sand, make some Ohio sand castles. They're a little different looking than the Florida sand castles, but they still build.
They still work.
That's right. And so they get that outdoor summer fun beach feel right here at Punderson State Park. This is one of the oldest lakes and deep. It's surprising right here in the northeast corner of Ohio.
Right.
So you can spend the day definitely paddling out and enjoying the beautiful views.
Yes. And exactly that. Like you can spend the day doing that. So you can spend a few days here. One day alone could just be kayaking.
Literally.
And just enjoy the nature, enjoy the relaxation. I know my husband's here with me this time around and he was just saying, I love being able to get out and away from like the urban city life because we are in that all the time. And so I think that's one of the bonuses of coming to one of these Ohio state parks is just getting to be with nature, and relaxing, enjoying your time.
Absolutely. We should we encourage you to unplug. When you come to a state park, even though you have cell service, try to set it down for a minute and just take in the beauty. Because when we pause in a place like this, you hear things, you see things, you breathe in and out, and just reset. It's just the perfect place to get that rejuvenation that so many of us need in this time.
Yeah, I think you breathe in like cleaner air when you're out here in nature too, and it makes me feel nice and grounded, and you really can just like have a wonderful time experiencing nature. If you want to come out to one of the Ohio state parks, including Punderson, you can actually use Brandy's code Gleason, GLEASON, for 15% off your stay, and come and see Punderson for yourself and all of the amazing things. Thank you, Brandy, for sharing with me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. I am chatting with Ann Seward, and she's the naturalist here at Punderson Park. And we just wanted to come down and see the Nature Center. Tell us a little bit about what's going on here.
Well, this is a really nifty little building. It looks small on the outside, but when you come in, there's actually a lot to do and to look at. It was remodeled about 2.5 years ago. And we've got some really nice displays. We've got a little bit of an explanation of how the lake came to be.
Okay.
It's one of the largest and deepest glacial lakes in Ohio.
Something I didn't know. That's so cool.
So we can talk about so I've got the animals that were here before the lake. And
yes.
We've got some animals after the lake. Some of the things we live here. We've got our boardwalk display, which shows you some of the things you can see on the boardwalk. One of the things that the kids really love is our white and black chalkboard wall.
Yes, that's so fun for them to color.
There's a lot of things, especially on rainy days. I'll put out crafts on the touch table and do some interesting things there. On the weekends, when the campground is full, I have activities. I usually do an activity on a Friday evening and then 2 or 3 on Saturdays and then 1 on Sunday mornings before people leave.
How fun.
Try to rotate it up. We do archery. We do hiking. We do some moonlight paddling when the moon is full. So
very cool. And today you were doing some bird watching, and there's these free programs that you offer through the park.
Everything that I do is free.
It's amazing.
The participation is free. So
share with us a little bit about the bird watching today.
So the bird watching, some of the birds that we see here frequently are eagles, red-tailed hawks, red-shouldered hawks. We see osprey quite frequently. And if you're really lucky, you might get to see the eagle and the osprey fighting over a fish. We didn't see that today, but right now we've got some birds that are migrating through. We've got some common mergansers, which are really a lot of fun to look at because they've got such bright colors and they have this crest that I say looks like bad hair.
Okay. Yeah. Which is so fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Very cool. So that's something that you can do when you come here to Punderson and you come to stay at the manor, or go to the campground or wherever you're staying. You can check out what the naturalist has going on. Come to the Nature Center. So much fun. Come to one of her free classes or hikes or bird watching or whatever's happening that week. And it's just a really great time. Thank you so much for hanging out with me.
Thank you for coming.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.